Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Princess. Welcome to the sewing tutorial of our beautiful flare dress with cape. Let's jump right into it.
It is ready. Cape is going to rest, right? So you have to put a mark on it so that it will be a guide. I've ironed my interfacing on it. So I'm going to go over now and turn it up with my lining. So I'm going to sew it now. Turn it to the other side. So I'm sewing it down. Remember, it's only on the down part that we are sewing. The other part will sew it on the cape. So I'll sew it, I even top stitch on it. So I'll go and give it a good press now so you can lay. And then I detach the sleeve part, the one that's going to fall on the sleeve. So here is it here. I sew it up and I sew it down. Okay, so I'll turn it over now and give it a good press. This is the back. Okay, cut it out and sew it. So that's really the only thing I'm going to do now, just to prepare all these things, and then we'll join it. So here I've ironed them all. Can you see how flat it's looking? I hope you know that children's wears need patience. These tiny things need to, calm down to prepare them so they can give us the good, results that we deserve. So I'll pick up the front pattern now so that I can attach the cape to it. Open your pattern like so. Now we already know where it's going to lay, so it's not going to be a problem. So locate the midpoint and lay it like this. So you might have to turn it like this because we are sewing inside out. Okay, and sew it like this. Afterwards we turn it back and then iron it, and that's it. So I'll be sewing this on, I'll be sewing the back one. So here I've ironed it. I want to show you how beautiful it's laying even without top stitching on it. Can you see? So what I did with the excess here is just to trim it out with the shape of an armhole. And this is the back. What I've done differently here is to, fold in my zipper allowance and iron it. It's best like this so that when you are sewing, you just follow the grease line and fix your sleeve. It makes it easier and faster like that. So the next thing we'll do now is to, sew the neck area. And to do that, you just have to just place your lining on top, so on 0.5, and then we'll flip it over. So submit. I've ironed everything and it's laying flat and well relaxed. So now we are going to turn our shoulder. So this is the front part of this fabric. So you bring the back pattern and lay it like so. Right side facing right side. Grab your fabric. So right now I have the lining fabric on one side and the right fabric on one side. Now I'm going to make sure that the two shoulder points kiss each other properly like this, and I'm going to pin it down. Then I'll match it up. I'll pin again. You see. And the next thing I'll do is go and sew it down on 0.5 all through and sew the other side, iron it, and then we'll continue. I'll bring in the sleeves because the sleeves we're going to fix. So remember the point of our cape, that's exactly where it's going to start. So I'm going to place this here because you just want to see how it's going. And please don't fix your sleeve like so. Remember the way we drafted it now. So tilt it as if it's going upward like this when you are fixing it. Can you see? Because we are sewing it in, so we have to bring it in like this. We're not starting at this point, so focus on this point. Put in like this. Now because it's a small child and this sleeve looks a little big, I'm going to pleat it a little, just like this, to be able to get about 1 inch on that space. This is how I'm going to pleat it, just a little, and I'll start placing it on that same spot. Now I'm going to pin it down so that I can turn it with my lining, so that by the time we sew it, it goes like this. So I'll do the same thing for this other part. I'll pleat it just a little, and I'll place it like so. Okay, so have you seen what I've done here? So after pinning the front part like this, we're also going to pin it on the back. It's going to look a little bit tricky, but I want you to pay attention. You will get it. So pleat this other one here, like so. And take it over to the back side. Remember the point that you're following. Place it here. Remember to tilt it a little bit, and then you pin. This is why pinning is very important. Once it's pinned, don't worry about how it's laying. It will come out fine. Because we are after inseam perfect finish, that is why everything has to go inside. Now we have pinned this part. Come over to this place and do the same thing. Do you see? And then we'll locate this point. We'll tilt it and we'll place it. Then we'll secure it with a pin. Okay? So I'm showing all these tricks because I want you to get it. So after doing, remember, it's only on the main fabric that we have pinned down. Now we're going to use the lining underneath to turn everything. So this is me lifting my lining fabric and bringing it on top. You see, so the lining has covered it already. So push up and grab the edge of your shoulder. Make sure it matches up. That should be our reference point. Make sure it matches up. And also pin it down. Okay, so at this point you will now use your hand and be adjusting and make sure that the armhole follows suit. Can you see the way I'm adjusting it? You adjust and pin, and because everything you are doing matches up, so it's not going to be difficult for you to know whether your own is aligning or not. You should know it because you are seeing it. Now because the side allowance we added was 1 inch, I'm not going to sew this armhole to the ending part. I'm going to minus my 1 inch and stop. I hope you understand. Remember, I'm going to sew the sides. So instead of sewing all the way and losing it when you are joining the side, minus your 1 inch allowance on time and just put a mark there. So this is where I will stop sewing. So I'm going to go over to this other side and pin. This is the back side, right? I'm done securing the front. So whatever thing I'm doing here, I'll repeat it at the other sleeve. So pay attention and so that you will see it. So adjust, adjust, adjust. Make sure it matches up and pin. There's no magic here. Everything I'm doing, you are seeing it. So adjust. Can you see? It matches up. Remember our 1 inch allowance. This is the lining part. You have to do the same thing. So you measure it. You mark it down. And then we'll pin. You see, so we have secured everything. What we do next is to go and sew it down all the way from our minus 1 inch allowance. We're going to sew 0.5 all the way until we stop at this other part. Okay, so I'll be doing that quickly and I'll do for the other side, and next thing I'll turn it inside out and we are done. I finished sewing it, so now one other thing, remember to notch. This is an armhole area. You need to relax, okay, because that part is not straight, it's curvy. So notch, 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 and then we turn it. We're going to turn it inside out. So look at what I'm doing. Put your hand from one part, like this is the front side, okay? Put your hand from here and start drawing this whole part to come out of this place. You see? So I'm bringing it out now. So let's do this other one. Grab it from here and pull. Grab and pull, grab and pull. Turn it over and bring it out. Yeah, so after that I'll quickly go to my pressing table and iron it so that we can all admire it. Okay, look at what it looks like. See how well relaxed it's looking now because I've ironed it out. Okay, so without wasting time, let's join the side, the chest circumference of the child, and then you mark it. And then again, if you have drafted your pattern very, very well, remember that what we added is just 1 inch allowance for the side. We didn't add any allowance on our pattern, so that is what I'll be sewing in now. So turn your fabric like so. Let the right side face each other. I'm going to grab the main fabric versus the main fabric like this, okay? This is. Then I'm going to sew it down on 1 inch. Afterwards, I'll flip it over like so, and I'll do the same thing for the lining. So I'll fix the both sides of them, iron them out, and then we'll start preparing the lower part of this gown. So made for the lower part of this gown, I cut angle 360 flare, okay, and I cut the supporting lining. This is a raw silk lining, you know, to turn it because we're going to finish it up with a crinoline, okay. And to do that, I would like to explain it. So this is the right side of this fabric. You're going to place your lining on top of it like so. You're going to, this is the front side and this is the wrong side of the lining. So place it like this, and then you place your crinoline on top. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. So you're going to sew it down on 0.5 all through. And afterwards, you're going to open it up and top stitch on the lining part. So when you turn it, it's going to be like this. And on this side, it's going to have something like this. So you're going to continue to top stitch. Make sure where you're sewing is going to rest on the lining part, please. So sew it down all through, and then we'll flip it to the other side. Okay, and once we are done with that, we are going to now prepare our gathers. The finished part of this is going to be gathered. So I've cut the layers of the gathers here, so I'll use my sewing needle to, you know, run stitches on it, pull it, and then we sew it, attach it to this other parts, and then we finish it up with the upper part. So I'll quickly do this. I don't want this video to be too lengthy, so I'm just trying to, you know, let us, you know, highlight the areas I'm going to do behind scene now, and I'll join these together, and then I'll be showing you the finished look of this beautiful gown. So here's the finished look of this beautiful dress. You can see all the details that we attach. You see our cape, and then this is the flare that we attach to it. We finally come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you in my next video. Do well to subscribe, do well to like and share this video. I'll see you all, of course, in my next video. Bye.